Yo, 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 yo. What's up? What's going on, y'all? How we doing? How we feeling, man? Happy Sunday to everybody. Happy NFL Sunday to everybody. Hope everyone's day has been going well, great thus far. We watching the last two games of the regular season. The Carolina and Tampa Bay game is starting to wind down now. We were hoping that the Carolina Kitty Cats, would do us some favors, but that was not the case. They did not do us any favors. What is the score? Oh, 41-14. Goodness gracious. So much for that. Carolina didn't help us out at all. So that means we just got to handle our own business. We just got to go out there and win it ourselves. We got our destiny in front of us. We are in the driver's seat. So as long as we go out there and we handle our business, we win these next two games, we're in the playoffs. So, hey, we could not ask for a better scenario. We got a real tough game here coming up in about the next 5 hours or so. So let's just go out there and handle our business. I'm very much looking forward to tonight's game versus Washington in Washington. Battle of the rookie quarterbacks. You got Jaden Daniels, who has been starting since day one of the regular season, who looks like he's pretty much a lock-in for the rookie of the year. He will be going against our very own Michael Penix, who stepped in and had his first start last week and looked very, very impressive last week against the New York Giants. So battle of the rookies, battle of what could be the future quarterback for both teams. Definitely looks like that's going to be the case for the Washington Commanders. And we're hoping that's going to be the case also for our Atlanta Falcons. So very, very much so looking forward to that game. Damn, Tampa just scored again, huh? But yeah, so they're definitely looking forward to that game, man. Cannot wait. Also, congratulations to Brock Bowers, damn good dog. He set the tight end receiving record earlier today. He's of course a Georgia Bulldog legend, a two-time national champion. He now plays for the Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders. I always want to say LA Raiders, but Vegas Raiders. So congratulations to him for that. Also, Lad McConkey is also having just a superb rookie season for the Chargers. He's playing alongside Justin Herbert and our Bulldogs. They're having a great season. So shout out to Brock Bowers. Congratulations once again to him. And also keep up the work also for Lad McConkey as well. And of course, the those of you who are watching who are not Georgia Bulldogs fans, it's kind of why we be kind of biased to our guys. We see them going in the NFL and they do good things. And, we just want sometimes the Falcons to latch on to them and draft them sometimes. But yeah, welcome in, y'all. Make sure to hit that like button for your dog, man. We won't be here long at all today. Just gonna step in real quick and talk about a couple things revolving around Kirk Cousins. There was a report yesterday, I think it was, that came out about Kirk Cousins, and the report was saying that the Atlanta Falcons believe Kirk Cousins couldn't play physically, according to a NFL insider. Says the Falcons believe Kirk Cousins couldn't play physically, according to NFL insider. Now, I forget which game it was, but there was one game or when 1 week where Kirk Cousins ended up on the injury report. He was listed as limited. And there was some chatter within our fan base. Is Kirk healthy? Is he gonna be able to play? What's going on? And it seems like to me since that time, he really did not look like himself. And when I say himself, looked like how he looked, leading up to that game. And then you got this report coming out saying the Falcons believe that Kirk Cousins could no longer play physically. Pretty much saying, and they were not real conclusive in this report. Was he hurt or did age catch up with him? Did he just fall off the cliff or exactly what happened? They were not very they did not really clarify. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly read through this. I'm gonna try not to bore y'all. I know a lot of people don't like to listen to people read to them, especially a country joker like me. But I'm gonna just try to breeze through this real quickly, and then we'll talk about it, y'all. Give me a moment here. I'm gonna pull it up so you guys can see what I see as well, so you can see it also. That's it right there. That's what I'm reading from. And let's just read through it, and then we'll talk about it together. But it says I'm gonna skip the first paragraph. That's not saying much, but it says, if you talk to anybody in Atlanta, they will tell you he has just fallen off a cliff. They're speaking of Kirk Cousins, of course, which does happen to some older quarterbacks. Palmer said on his podcast with Bleacher Report, they believe he can't play the position physically anymore. I'm going to repeat that sentence. And when they say they, of course, they're talking about the Falcons. This report or this article says they believe he can't play the position physically anymore. Interesting. He just couldn't play it physically anymore in the eyes of the Falcons. That bled into some issues in the way he played the position mentally as well. So they're saying his inability to play the position physically started to affect him mentally. And y'all know we talked about that on the channel before. It looks like it really started to affect his decision making, which caused him to make just some very, very bad decisions with the football. It led into a position where they believe he was unplayable. Is that a real word? Unplayable. The Denver Broncos established a template for this scenario earlier this year. Head coach Sean Payton believed the team couldn't move forward with Russell Wilson, and he made the decision to get from under the contract as quickly as possible. I'm gonna skip this paragraph. They started talking about Russell Wilson money and a little bit of Kirk Cousins money. It says Cousins, like Russell Wilson, has offset language in his contract. Any money he earns with another team in 2025, even if he's cut, would count towards the dead money in Atlanta. Ooh. Naturally, Wilson had no incentive to make the Pittsburgh Steelers pay money to the Broncos, so he signed for $1.2 million league minimum. The Falcons situation isn't quite as bad. They're scheduled to take on $65 million in dead money when they move on from Cousins. That's still the second most dead money in history behind Russell Wilson. There are serious cap ramifications for paying a player $90 million for 8 months worth of work. So let's talk about that. Let's another paragraph that said the Falcons are hoping to follow the template next season when they take on another huge dead cap number. The Michael Penix era has begun, and he'll get his first big test against Washington on Sunday night against former Falcons head coach Dan Quinn. So let's talk about that, y'all. Let's talk about this. Let's discuss this. What happened with Kirk Cousins? Let's go into the comments, y'all. I need y'all to tell me, let's break this down. Did Kirk get hurt physically, or did Father Time just catch up with him and he just fell off the cliff? As the article indicated, older players, they will fall off the cliff. One day they're throwing for 500 yards, and the next day they're throwing for 4 interceptions. So I would like y'all to tell me, do y'all think Kirk was injured physically, which affected his mental, or was it more or less like, hey, he just got old, man? He was already on kind of borrowed time with his age, coming off that Achilles tendon tear, and Father Time caught up with him. Or do you think it was a combination of both? Or do you think the Falcons just gave up too quick on Kirk Cousins? I'm interested to hear y'all's thoughts. Stealth Model TV 23 says, rise up to your stealth. We got no help from Carolina. Yeah, you can't depend on the kitty cats, man. They some good for nothing bastards. You can't depend on them bastards and that little midget quarterback they got for nothing, man. Lisa in the building. What's going on with you, Lisa? This is game day. We control our own destiny. Let's go. Let's get it. Absolutely. We control what's going to go on with us in regards to whether we're going to make the playoffs or have another year where we do not make the playoffs. Mr. Toxic Black is in the house. What's up, Toxic? And I just want to say I'm annoyed that the Falcons let the Bucks have the chance to make the playoffs and win the division. Man, because I said we needed to beat the Saints and they choked. Yeah, that was a very key game early in the year that we did not take care of our business. But this is the thing, Toxic. Like we said a moment ago, hey, we win the next 2 games, we're in the playoffs. So we still are in the driver's seat. We still do control our own destiny. So we need to go out here today and play great football, execute on all levels from quarterback to running back to cornerback to coaching the special teams all the way down to the water boy. And if we do that, we'll leave Washington with a victory and we'll come home for the regular season finale in our crib against Carolina. So we still control our own destiny. Dundee Trice in the building, says we should not need help. And we technically don't. As long as we win out, we control what's in front of us. You can't ask for much more than that. Stunts in the house says, let's go. Stunts, what's going on? How we feeling? How you doing? Got my brother Winston in the house. What's going on, bro? Says, okay, Titus Sons. Man, you funny, man. You funny. Yeah, it's a little warmer today, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just the lounge around the house shirt. Smash the like button. Please hit the like button, y'all. Thank you very much for that, too, Winston. And y'all make sure to check out my brother Winston with our brother John Harris at the Eye Test. If you're not subscribed, make sure that you do subscribe to them. They will be on Wednesday at 10 p.m. also. So make sure that you are subscribed there. Stunt says Carolina getting drugged. They are getting drugged, unfortunately. Lisa says it was a 4-game skid. That's 25% of the season. I hate that it happened too, but here we go. So we got to handle our business tonight. That's correct. We handle our business tonight. We got everything in front of us. We head to the playoffs for the first time since 2017. And also, I think there would be a huge morale booster for this fan base. And I think it would do a lot for the psyche of the fan base also. And of course, I hope we get in the playoffs, because I already know if we don't make the playoffs, we happen to lose tonight or lose next week, then our fans gonna want to, fire everybody and make Arthur Blank sell the team. And I would just rather us be in a jovial, good mood, instead of a bad mood. So hopefully we'll get it done. Stunt says, get well soon, brother. I do appreciate that, Stunt. I'm feeling a whole lot better, man. A whole lot better. I think within a week's time, I'll be back to 100%, man. I'm on my way there now, so I do appreciate it. John Kemp in the house. What's up, John? What's up, Tyler? We got to rise up tonight. Yes, indeed. We got to get it. Winston says Saquon just went over 2,000. He's well overpaced to break Dickerson's record next week. So he had about at least 140, 150 today? I didn't keep up with the Philadelphia game or the stats today. I know I saw Eric Dickerson said he don't want him to break his record. which was kind of funny to me, but that's interesting. I got a feeling he's gonna break it though. I don't think they're gonna let him get this far, and then he just gonna not break it with one game left. So I think they're gonna make sure that he do break that record next week. Shawty Red on the track. What's going on, Red? How we doing today, Red? So I keep telling y'all, Terry signed him in a very scared move. Maybe so. And we may never know like how deep or who all was involved in the signing of Kirk Cousins, how deep that went, how far up the ladder that went, how far upstairs or downstairs that went. Did Mr. Arthur Blank have any influence at all in that? Who all was involved in that? Was it Terry driving the ship? Was it Raheem driving the ship? Was it Greg Beatles driving the ship? We may not truly ever know, but as the general manager, quite naturally, Terry gonna catch a bunch of smoke for it if it doesn't go as planned, just like he would catch a lot of credit if it went as planned. And also make sure to check out my guy Red on YouTube as well on the Red and Rev and Run show. They normally come on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Red also says Terry should have trusted he would get his guy with the 8th pick. This is the thing. I'm sure they didn't know that Penix would be there at 8. You really couldn't. You really had no way of determining he would be there and available for you to pick at 8. You don't know if he gets picked before that. You don't know if somebody jumps in front of you and drafts him before that. And I'm gonna say this here on the YouTube channel. I said it in Facebook already. Hindsight is 2020, but I'm not mad that they went after Kirk Cousins. Naturally it didn't go the way we wanted it to go, but I'm not mad about it. Of course there was some risk involved with his age and him coming off that injury, as we now see, but they were being aggressive. They were doing what they thought was the right move at the time to get the best free agent quarterback on the market to make the team, to help solidify this team to become a winner and get into the playoffs for the first time since 2017. So I can't be mad at them for that. There have been a lot of times in the past where we have criticized this team for sitting on their hands and not making the proper moves, not trying to be aggressive to utilize the resources or the draft picks or the money that they have at their disposal to try to make the team better. And they did not do that this time. Kirk Cousins, again, was the top-rated free agent quarterback, and they went out swinging. I'm not mad at them for going out swinging. They swung for the fences, and, it didn't work the way they envisioned it would. But, they did have the smarts, to have a good backup plan, and they took Michael Penix at 8, and now you got somebody to fall back on. So, they covered their tracks. I'm sure they would have loved to spend that $90 million guaranteed elsewhere, knowing what they know now. But I'm not mad at them. I don't got any stones to throw at them for that, because when we were 6-3 and we were walking everybody traps and taking over traps and swag surfing, everything was lovely in Atlanta, and nobody could really foresee Kirk Cousins just falling off a cliff like he fell off the cliff. And it may come out after the season that he might have been dealing with an injury also. Rusty Moore Jr. is in the building. What's going on with you? Rusty says the Giants can't even tank properly. About cost themselves the first pick and missed me with the teams don't tank nonsense. Teams should absolutely tank. This is the thing, Rusty. People up top, of course, people up top, they really kind of control tanking in a sense. The players themselves, they're not necessarily trying to tank. The players, they got stuff to play for. These guys, they're not like Deshaun Watson, and they don't have a fully guaranteed contract. So the players that get on the field, they're playing for incentives, they're playing for bonuses, they're playing for pride too. Also, they're playing for their next contract. They're playing to put out audition tape for the next team if they're a free agent or unrestricted free agent. So once because I mean you got to put a team on the field. And once the players get on the field, man, that competitive spirit just kicks in, and they're going to try to play to win. Excuse me, the tanking that normally comes up top, ownership, general manager, and stuff like that. But once the players get on the field, hey man, that competitive pride gonna kick in, and they're gonna do what they can to win. So as you see it, and this ain't the first time this has happened. I think it was the Jets when they had, when they looked like they were going to get Trevor Lawrence, and they ended up winning around the same time, and then Trevor ends up in Jacksonville. And this won't be the last time this will happen. So once that whistle blows and it's time to play and get on the field, the players gonna play. They're not studying that tanking stuff. A lot of these guys got incentives in their contracts. Hey man, if I get 1,000 yards, or if I get 100 tackles, that's an extra $400,000. And they're gonna do everything they can to try to meet those incentives that they have in their contracts and things of that nature. We got John in the house with the super chat. Thank you very much, John. Appreciate the love, John Harris, as usual. Thank you, sir, for the support. John says, you roll the dice, you take your chances on quarterbacks, draft, or free agent. Got to give Kirk and the defense some credit for us being in the running at all. I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree, John. And again, thank you for the super chat. I do agree with John, man. Like, you got to give him some credit, because when it was good, it was good. It was good, man. And Kurt looked like he was on his way for throwing about 35 touchdowns and about 11, 12, 13 interceptions. And hey, man, Father Time just crept up and it caught him, I know when I was younger, we used to call it the bear jumping on your back, If anybody know that saying about the bear jumping on your back, looked like the bear just jumped on Kirk Cousins' back, man. And it happens, it happens, Again, you don't want to just give away $90 million when you can use it in other parts of the team. But, the good thing about it, if there is a silver lining, after next year, after we deal with the cap hit in 2025, it'll be in the past at that point in time, because then we won't have but $25 more million to worry about. And then in the grand scheme of things in the NFL, that's a pretty significant money, but it really won't stop you for doing what you want to do, how you want to do it. So we deal with it in 2025, and then after that, we move on by it. And again, I'll just reiterate, man. At least, hey, they went out swinging, they went out trying. They were trying to get from the stigma and the stagnation that we had saw with Ritter, with Heineke. They were trying to, and Mariota, they didn't want to do that again. They were trying to win. And, unfortunately for us, it ended how it ended, but, definitely not mad at them for giving it a valid effort. And we'll move past it. Let me see where I left off here at, Carl Thomas in the building, the singer Carl Thomas. What's going on, Carl? Says, what about Penix showing he's a better quarterback than Jay Daniels tonight? I definitely hope so. I'm gonna have my fingers crossed. Carl says, also hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Carl Thomas says, Kirk Cousins trash and Penix the savior. I hope so. I definitely hope so, man. Well, I hope you're right. Penix gonna have a big challenge tonight, and I hope he up for the challenge. Also, congratulations to Michael Penix and his fiance. I saw he announced his engagement on his social media, so congratulations to both of those. Sending them best wishes and also blessings on their engagement announcement as well. Red says, how many teams were offering Cousins $100 million besides us? We don't know. We really don't know. I can tell you this, man. Like, somebody was gonna offer him some money. We won the sweepstakes, but he was gonna get paid, man. Some teams were gonna pay him, and I still think there's gonna be a market for him after Atlanta. I still think there'll be a market for him after Atlanta. Now, quite naturally, he ain't gonna get what he got from us, but hey, you live, you learn, you move on. You move on. Again, I'm not mad at the Falcons for trying. I can't tell you how many times I've sat and been a fan of this team and just watched them look like they were not even trying to win. And I don't think this was the case this time. I think they were genuinely, hey, let's try to win. Let's try to get in the playoffs. And obviously we know Kirk is aging, so we're gonna just fully guarantee just 2 years of this deal, and we're gonna still take us a quarterback at number 8. So they were really trying to solidify the most important position. I'm not mad at them about that. It just didn't go how we wanted to go, and it happens like that sometimes. You look at the Carolina Panthers when they drafted Bryce Young, and for the first year and 3/4 of his career, it didn't go like how they wanted to go. I'm sure they probably been kicking themselves like, damn, we could have took CJ Stroud and we didn't have to even trade up. He would have fell right there in our lap, and it happens. And who knows? Bryce Young may turn a corner and end up being a top 5 quarterback for these next 10, 15 years. Michael Penix could end up being a top 5 quarterback for these next 10, 15 years. And if that does happen, I promise y'all, we won't even be talking about the Kirk Cousins things in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Jay Black, what's up, Jay Black? Kirk could not physically play well enough to run the offense. I agree on that. I definitely agree on that. You saw a lot of different plays. You saw a lot of different wrinkles. We saw that when we watched the tape tonight. You saw the bootlegs, you saw the play action, you saw the read option, and that was just Michael Penix's first game. So they'll probably open it up a little bit more tonight. And by this time next year, if Zach Robinson is still the OC, you'll really see it evolve into something even more this time next year if Zach Robinson is still here also. Red says Bryce Young back playing like my Young. I didn't really I stopped paying attention to that game, man, once I saw it got out of hand. Russell said the weather's going to be nasty tonight. Might not be a pretty game. That means we're going to see a lot of Bijan and a lot of Tyler Algier. That might be a good thing for us, though. Hopefully slow down Jaden Daniels a little bit. Lisa says our eyes didn't deceive us. Something wasn't right with Cousins during that 4-game losing skid. I agree. Cousins looked bad. That Vegas game was bad. We legit almost lost to Ritter. Man, that would have been the most Falcons thing in the world to lose to Desmond Ritter after we pretty much fired him. So I'm glad that did not happen. But I agree with you. Kirk looked very much off. And who knows, Lisa, after the season is over, I would not be surprised if something comes out stating that, yeah, he was hurt. Yeah, he was injured. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Let's see. Winston says Barkley got like 165. Oh, he only needs 101 next week. Oh, yeah, he got that. He got that for sure. Carl says Terry Futner was desperate. I'm sure there was some desperation to it. And that's what happens, though, when you're a general manager and you haven't had a winning season since you've been there. You've been there like 4 years. Desperation does start to seep in. And desperation isn't always a bad thing. It can be a bad thing, but it's not always a bad thing. Sometimes when you're desperate, sometimes depending, you can work better, you can focus better because you hungry, you're in survival mode, and I say sometimes, but yeah, I'm sure there was some desperation factor there in the move that they make. But again, y'all, I don't regret it. I mean, I regret it in hindsight, but I understand it. I totally understand why the move was made and why they did what they did. And I also understand them drafting Michael Penix at number 8 also. Johnson Barkley broke it. Oh, did he break the record already? Dang. Tay says, what's up, Tyler? What's going on, Tay? How you doing, my brother? It's good to see you doing, brother, bro. We make a statement tonight. Thank you very much, Tay. I do appreciate that. And yes, I think we do make a statement, man. I can't wait for the game to start, man. I cannot wait. Monday night game, and everybody gonna be focused in on us, and the people who didn't get a chance to see Michael Penix last game, they get a chance on the national broadcast to see him now, primetime TV. So everybody gonna be watching. I expect the Raiders to be pretty high for that game as well. Winston's Panthers getting their heads caved in 14-48. Yeah, I saw that, man. KG says we saw the quarterback issue. Kirk was good till Father Time came knocking. We had a great insurance in the top quarterback for the future. It was a win-win. No cap issues going forward. Yeah. Like, we're not going to be crippled with the salary cap, man. That's a good thing about it. The cap will go up probably $20-30 million this next season. We'll deal with that dead cap here in 2025. And once 2026 get here, y'all, like, we won't even be talking about that, man. Like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them things that happened. We moved past it, and it is what it is. It was only pretty much a 2-year fully guaranteed contract. Of course, he played one of the years this year, and then you just got to worry about that next fully guaranteed year in 2025. And then after that, hey, we won't even be talking about that anymore past that. Carson Soul Falcons fans already think we lost to Washington, huh? I hope not. I definitely don't, man. I don't think we're gonna lose to them. Carl also says, that's good, bro. As a few of us believe being Washington. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I think we're gonna go up in Washington. We're gonna win that game, come back to Atlanta, and we're gonna beat Carolina the last game of the season. Christian Lewis in the better. What's going on, Christian? Hope you're doing real good today. Since the Panthers need to remain this consistent next week. Wow, right. They need to show up the same way when we play them, like they showed up today. Got out all three dirty in the building. Yo. Tired of watching you from Ghana. Oh shit. Okay. Shout out to Ghana, everybody in Ghana, man. That's pretty cool, man. I didn't know you was in Ghana 3 Dirt. I thought you was in Carolina. I thought you was in North Carolina. It's 9 p.m. here. Game at 1:30 a.m. Rise up to you, my friend. KG says Kirk is retiring. He don't have it anymore. Man, I think, man, one thing about Kirk, man, Kirk about his money, bro. I don't think Kirk gonna retire. I think Kirk gonna get that last year fully guaranteed money, whether he playing or whether he on somebody bench. Now he might retire after next year, when that fully guaranteed money up. But I don't see Kirk leaving all that kind of money on the table, bro. I think Kirk Cousins is gonna be on somebody roster next year. That's what I'm thinking now. But who knows? You may be right, bro. KG says Kirk's issue was performance based, not injury based. He said it himself. It's over for him. So KG said it ain't got nothing to do with no injury, man. He just started playing bad football. And KG, you may be right, bro. You may be right. I know that decision making during parts of the season when he went through that 5-game patch. Oh, it was terrible, bro. It was absolutely horrible, man. And I will say this about Kirk Cousins. I'm gonna use KG's statement as a segue. I've said this before, y'all, and I'm gonna repeat it. I'm pretty sure Kirk Cousins will not be here next year in Atlanta. Before all these reports started to come out about him, maybe doing this or doing that. Like me personally, I just did not see a situation where he could stay in Atlanta past this season. And it's not that he wasn't a good person or a good teammate, or he could not have remained a good mentor, but I just see it like you got to move Kirk out the way in order for Michael Penix to grow, involve, and also to become that leader in the locker room, in the quarterback room that we need him to be. And I'm not saying that Kirk is some like polarizing figure that you can't get past. But he was the former quarterback of the team, former starting quarterback of the team. So when you bring your new quarterback in here, that needs to be his house now. The previous tenant needs to move out. You know what I mean? Previous tenant got to move out. So the new tenant could come in here and they could bring all their furniture and they could bring their vibe and their personality, and they can paint and change the locks and do everything that they need to make that house theirs. So you got to get the old tenant out, who was Kirk Cousins, and bring the new tenant in, and they're gonna put all their touches on the home that they want to make it their home. And I feel like that's kind of the analogy that we're in with Michael Penix. You got to get the old tenant out in order for the new tenant to come in and to make the house his. And I know some may say, well, hey man, you're gonna pay him anyway, you might as well keep him. You're gonna pay the same money anyway, which is true. Hey, you got a great point. Can't argue that point. But again, you gotta get him out the way. You gotta make Penix as comfortable as possible as a new young quarterback. So you gotta get the old dog out of here, man. You gotta get the old dog out. You got to, and you're not gaining anything financially by doing it, but you got to do it. So if that means that you find somebody, some way to do a trade with you, which probably not going to happen, or you cut him, or you hey, look, we're going to announce it on March 13th. The Atlanta Falcons are announcing that Kirk Cousins will be a post-June destination cut. We're going to go ahead and we're going to eat the $40 million this year. We're going to go ahead and eat $25 million the following year. That's what you do. And that's what I see the team doing. I just feel like you just got to move past Kirk. I just don't see any way, any situation that you keep him in Flowery Branch. And again, it's not that he's a bad teammate, not that he's a bad person, nothing of the sort. But you need to make Penix comfortable and let him know this is his team. This is his roster. This is his quarterback room, and you got to get the old quarterback out there. You just got to do it. You just have to do it. Even if you had a situation like a Matt Ryan, if they would have drafted a quarterback in the first round and Matt was still here, hey, you have Matt here one more transition year, and you got to move Matt out of here too. You'd have had to get him out of here. Because you need that young quarterback to know in his mind, this is my team, and I'm going to be the captain of this ship going forward. You need that confidence level to be high. In order to achieve that for optimal results, you got to move Kirk Cousins. So, no, that's my stance on that. Even though Baltimore was quote shopping, if we had put the same effort at trying to get Lamar as we did Kirk, hindsight is 2020, but it's Penix time now. No, we weren't gonna get Lamar. See, the thing about Lamar, and it was a story. It was definitely a story when that was going on. A story that I talked about on the channel and everything. You had to talk about it because it involved the Falcons and it was a big story. But it's a reason that no team gave him an offer sheet, because they knew he wasn't going anywhere. It's a reason, and you got to think, everybody always need a quarterback. I ain't gonna say everybody. There's always a lot of teams in the NFL that needs a quarterback, and who wouldn't want Lamar in the prime of his athletic career at that point in time? But there was a reason no team gave him an offer sheet, because they knew, like, okay, he's not about to leave Baltimore. If y'all remember, Baltimore's front office, Baltimore's coach at the time, we don't have any plans on training Lamar. We love Lamar. Lamar gonna be here. The head coach, Harbaugh, I think that's his name, he kept coming out publicly saying, we love Lamar. Lamar's gonna be here. Lamar's gonna be here. So they're coming out publicly saying that, and they're saying that for two reasons. To reassure Lamar, hey, look, we ain't agreed on the number yet, but we plan on you being here. You're our quarterback. We got confidence in you. Blase, blase, blase. Another reason is to show these other the other teams in the NFL like, look, don't waste your time. Don't wait. We're gonna do this non-exclusive tag, and if you put in an offer, we're gonna match it. So essentially what Baltimore was doing is they were trying to get another team to do their negotiation, to do their bidding. No other team was gonna do that. And a team that did that, that means you got to put your free agent plans on hold that year. So if we were to say, okay, here's $180 million that we want to offer Lamar, all right, you got to put that money in escrow. Now that's done. Now that has affected your salary cap. So if you do that, the things that we did that all season, like can you still at that? Okay, now are you going to be able to sign Jesse Bates now? Are you going to be able to re-sign Caleb McGarry? Are you going to be able to sign Calais Campbell, Bud Dupree, and everybody that we gave a contract or we re-signed in the offseason? You're probably not going to be able to do the same deals that you did. So again, I see why nobody gave him an offer sheet, because they already knew what the deal was. You got to think, these owners talk, these general managers talk, these agents talk. Everybody in the know knew that Baltimore was not finna let Lamar Jackson walk out of Baltimore. It wasn't gonna happen. So all these other owners and the other general managers, they're like, well, we're not finna waste our time and put our free agent plans at a standstill, and we already know y'all gonna match the offer. If we offer him 190 million full of guarantee, I don't think y'all gonna do okay. Well, that's the market. We match the offer. So that's why nobody did. That's why nobody gave him an offer sheet. It sounds good, but he was never leaving Baltimore, and all sides involved knew that. C-Dub in the building. What's going on, C-Dub? How you doing, my friend? Y'all make sure to check out C-Dub here on YouTube. Also covers the Falcons and also does a great job of covering wrestling as well. Appreciate you coming in, C-Dub. Lisa says, I'm not mad at the Cousins experiment. No way we could have solely relied on Penix being available at 8. Falcons did a good job keeping their true intent under wraps. They did a great job with the poker face. Definitely give them a lot of credit for that. And hopefully Michael Penix end up being exactly what we need Michael Penix to be. And if so, again, and if that's the case, then we won't even be talking about this Kirk Cousins thing past this offseason. Another thing that I did see, y'all, before I get out of here, speaking of Kirk Cousins, I see he has been linked to the Cleveland Browns. Jeremy Fowler came out and said, Cleveland could be a possible destination for him after Atlanta. And that's what, of course, after we cut Kirk Cousins, and, he'd have a similar contract situation, a similar contract structure that Russell Wilson had when he went to Pittsburgh after he was released from the Denver Broncos. So Jeremy Fowler came out and he put out a piece on that, and then Ian Rappaport came out 2 days after him and pretty much reiterated the same thing, saying, hey, look, the Browns just restructured the Deshaun Watson contract, so he will be in Cleveland for 2025, but don't be surprised if there is some veteran competition in the quarterback room. And Ian Rappaport brought up Kirk Cousins, and he also brought up Aaron Rodgers if he happens to leave the New York Jets. So, Kirk Cousins could possibly be in Cleveland this time next year. Again, I just feel like I feel very strongly you can't keep him in Atlanta. He has to go. Strapped up in the middle. What's going on, Strap? Says, what's good, Toddy? Looks like the odds are not in our favor again after the Bucs slaughtered the Panthers. I'm so glad Kirk showed Penix the ropes from the sideline. And the thing about it, Strap, as long as we win these next 2 games, it don't matter. It don't matter what Tampa does their next game, where they only got 1 left, because we'll own the tiebreaker. So we're still in the driver's seat. We still control our own destiny, and honestly, that's how it should be. You want to get in the playoffs, you win and get yourselves to the playoffs. So I'm glad the Falcons have a challenge on their hands starting tonight. Let's see what the team is made of. And, I know that's asking a lot of a young quarterback with only his second NFL start, Hey, but Penix himself said, hey, I'll be a little nervous, but when it's time to play, I'm good. So, let's see what he's gonna be made of tonight. SFC J Williams. What's going on, Mr. J Williams? Says, hey, Toddy, I hope in the future that the Falcons really take the necessary steps to put people in place of success. Too many times we put people in places based off of names. Let's hope so. And by getting rid of the old administration, the Mitroff administration, Dan Quinn, that was supposed to be the start of that, start of new energy, new leadership. And even Arthur Blank, he says, I guess I can only take him by his word, but he says, even moving Rich McKay out of the way, it's supposed to be a startup to doing what you're saying, Jay. So let's hope so. Let's hope so. Let's hope tonight is just the start of some special times in Atlanta with a victory over Washington Commanders tonight. Red says, well, it's do or die now for the Falcons tonight. Win or go home. Hashtag Penix time. Yes, sir. Let's get it. Hey, we exactly where we should want to be. We control our own destiny. We flipping our own coin. So, hey, man, I'm looking forward to tonight's game. Once it says weather withstanding, we should see. Oh yeah, you'll be at the game tonight, also, man. Enjoy the game, man. As I'm sure you will, bro. It says weather withstanding, we should see a massive opening of the playbook tonight. It would be foolish to unleash it all on the New York Giants with the Commanders right around the corner. Basic plays and on. Yes, I do agree with you on that. I do agree. I could not agree with you on any more on that, Winston. I think we're going to really see that playbook open up, especially if the weather isn't super, super bad. But I expect to see some new wrinkles open up. And when we watched the tape, Winston, we saw a little bit of that. We saw read options. It was only one play, but hey, Zach Robinson letting you know, like, look, I got a whole read option section in my playbook. I got a bunch of bootlegs in my playbook. I got a lot of ways to move the pocket with Michael Penix. So I could not agree with you more on that, Winston. Red says, yeah, you're right, Todd. He needs 101 yards to break the record next week, but he did go over 2,000 rushing yards this season. Hashtag Saquon. Shout out to Saquon. Yeah, hopefully he'll break the record, man. He's an outstanding player, man. I love watching Saquon Barkley play football, man. And I'm sure he will break that record. Millie Mills, what's up, Millie? Says ABG, what's up with it? What's up, Millie? Penix going for 250 plus yards tonight with 2 tutties. Mooney and Bijan with 100 yards apiece. And Drizzy just being Drizzy. Shout out to the Champagne Poppy in this thing. Shout out to the Champagne Poppy, Mr. Drake. Yeah.
Drake. Drake.
Yes, I love it. I love it, Millie Mills. Coach in the middle. What's happening, Coach? Says, okay, you talking to Winston. My bad. See, Swole in the house definitely will have to step in a major way tonight. Penix just has to manage. Yes. And I think he will. I definitely think he will. 330 says, I'm on vacation, but still a fat making. Oh, man, boy. Y'all 330 got that big boy, my 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 big. My bad, y'all. I'm just talking and I'm on mute. My bad. My bad. I was saying that 330, I go on vacation. I go to Miami. 330, he goes to a totally different country. Also, shout out to King Richie I see in here. King Atlanta supporter. I see in here also. Anthony says Kirk Cousins wasn't a total failure. He helped the Falcons beat the Bucks, and the team was 500 until he got bit. So I'm not totally dogging Kirk. Yeah, I ain't got nothing but love, respect for Kirk, man. He came here and he embraced himself within the team, within the city, within the coach of Atlanta. And I fully believe like he left everything he had on the field. Um, and I ain't got no problems with Kirk, man. Kirk, you could tell that Kirk is a very, very good person. You saw that when we played Minnesota, all the love that his former players and coaches showed him. So shout out to Kirk Cousins, man. I wish it could have ended a whole lot differently than it did for Atlanta. Than it did when he was here with Atlanta. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. My soundboard, it be tripping, bro. It got a little mind of its own. They be doing its own little thing over here, man. It's crazy. But yeah, man. Let's see. Jamar in the house. What's up, Jamar? Says what's good, Todd? If we do let Kirk go, what veteran QB do you want to see us sit behind Penix? That's a good question, man. Man, I don't know, bro. I don't know. They really won't be able to spend a lot of money on him, whoever it is. They probably only sign somebody to like a 1 or 2 year deal at most. Excuse me, because you gotta have money tied up in Kirk. And Michael Penix is on a top 8 contract himself. So it'll probably be somebody that's very mid tier, bro. I'm really not sure. I'm really not. Nobody really comes to mind right now. But that's a good question, man. I really wish I could give you a name at this point in time, but I drew a blank. Noah says Giants have hate tanking and Panthers suck. Saints have no chance of being Tampa next week. This Washington game is win to go home for Atlanta. Yeah, our playoffs start tonight. Our playoffs start tonight, man, and I'm so looking forward to it, y'all. So looking forward to it. Cole says Mike will make it big, boy. Oh man, yeah, my fault, y'all. I'll tell you, this soundboard be tripping that time, man. Winston says, long story short, Kirk came in and did what he could for a hot minute. He brought back hope for the team. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. That Tampa game when he set the franchise record, he threw for 4 touchdowns, man. He put the team on his back. He led us to victory. There was one point in time where he was like, I remember when they was talking about MVP candidates, they had him in the top 10 of people, players, I should say. So it is what it is, man. I really wish he could have finished the season, but things do happen. But it's Michael Penix time to shine. And with that said, y'all, I'm about to jump on out of here. I ain't want to stay here too long, y'all. Let's go Falcons tonight. Winston, I know you'll be at the game, so enjoy yourself, bro. Definitely help us bring home the dub. Anybody else going to the game, I know a lot of y'all will be going. I'm sure everybody who's a member of the Rise Up Tour, they'll be at the game. So y'all get some good vibes, get some good energy up there. Represent the Falcons. Let's definitely bring home that dub. Clay in the building. Clay says we have to pay Kirk that much money next year. I'll hold on to him unless we get some kind of good benefit from him. Financially looking at it like that, I understand where you're coming from. And you probably just came in, but I mentioned like the reasons you kind of have to get Kirk out the building, and that's why we are seeing so many reports now of Kirk, going to another team next year, because I just feel strongly that you just have to get him out of the building, and not because Kirk's a bad person or a bad player or a bad mentor. It's more or less for the development of the quarterback that's now your starter, your young quarterback. So I don't anticipate Kirk coming back. But yeah, let's get that victory, y'all. This is gonna be a big game for us. So I'm looking forward to watching it tonight, and we'll come back and we'll do the post game show. I anticipate the game will probably be over about 11. So depending how late it is and depending how I feel, we may do the post game show right after the game tonight, or we just may wait and do it sometime tomorrow. But nonetheless, man, go Falcons. Let's handle our business. We in the driver's seat. The playoffs is ours to get in, or is ours to lose our spot to Tampa. But let's get it. Atlanta versus Washington tonight. Battle of the Ricketts quarterbacks. Jaden Daniels versus Michael Penix Jr. Let's go. Appreciate y'all time as always, man. Y'all be good. Peace.